You are watching a Titan Ed video review. These reviews are for 13 plus collectors. If you are not a collector, please click away. Titan Ed here. We're going to be reviewing some Micromasters, because I've always reviewed those and never completely skipped them during Siege. And only reviewing this because I can't find any other Earthrise figures at the current moment. Play the intro. Play the blasted intro!
It's time for a Titan Shake that video review.
So, like I'm saying, yeah, I haven't been able to find any of the other Earthrise figures outside of these two sets of Micromasters. And yeah, I really stumbled during Siege in not reviewing a single Micromaster outside of the one that comes with Omega Supreme. Oops. Let's rectify that. So, what we have here are the Hotrod Patrol, the Autobot Hotrod Patrol, and the Decepticon Military Patrol. And, oh, these figures are interesting. Some not in a good way, some are in a very interesting and very good ways. I'm a little conflicted on some of these figures, but we'll get into that into a minute. I will, however, say reviewing these are going to be a bit of a challenge, particularly the Hotrod Patrol, as Tread Up here, the little white car, is destroying my white balance. Every time I start a new shot, I have to readjust the white balance because of him. Oh well. So let's start with the Hotrod Patrol. Set these guys off to the side. Here we all have is Daddy-O. Now, he used to be called Big Daddy, but for obvious reasons, he's no longer called that. Alright, get your snickering out. But yeah, he is a really awesome muscle car. I so want to see this repainted in Hot Rod Red. See what I mean about that white balance? Just completely throws the white balance completely out of the loop. There we go. And here we have Tread Up. Or, I'm not Tread Up, Trip Up. Sorry. Trip Up. Very interesting. Not a bad muscle car. I like the yellow windshields, the blue flames. It kind of reminds me of Transformers Prime tailgate, in a way. But yeah, very nice. So, set these guys aside. The Decepticon Military Patrol. We have Decepticon Growl here, very nice, and Decepticon Bombshock. Now, for some of you long-term collector fans may remember that name from Power Core Combiners. Yeah, seems like he got a downgrade, unfortunately. So, yeah, these are the vehicle modes. Now, it's honestly going to hurts me to say this, but the Military Patrol is the figures that I have the most problem with. The two big reasons are their robot modes have a lot of problems, and their gun mode, it sucks. There's just no easy way for me to say it. It sucks. And I will show you in just a second. And the Military Patrol's gun mode. Oh, God. Oh, Primus, give me strength. That's not a gun mode. That's an MGO sketch made physical. That's just terrible. They really look like they were just smashed together by Megatron. And what really kills me is that instead of using the tank turret as the main barrel, they instead went with the Jeep's kind of gun combined with the ever fun feet guns. And it just looks terrible. I mean, in comparison to the Hotrod Patrol, they positively look perfect. Yeah, that white balance is just not helping me. Yeah, but otherwise, this looks a lot better. It's still goofy. It still relies on those kind of feet barrel things. Just not going to find a balance with that white balance, am I? Oh, well. But it just, in comparison, just comes off looking a lot better. Oh, slag. New stage, still working out the kinks. Compared to the Military Patrol, they just come out looking a lot better. So, onwards and upwards to robot mode. And robot mode. And, in all fairness, all of these robot modes were a little bit flawed. But if I have to give the crowned achievement to the best robot mode, it's going to be Daddy-O. He's just stands better than all of them. Although Bombshock is the only one walking in here with a pair of damn heel spurs. Military Patrol first. So yeah. And there's the first problem. He's so back heavy and with no heel spurs. In fact, rounded heels on the bottom. He just cannot stand. I literally have to make his legs as wide-stanced as possible, point his gun arm forward, just so he balances. Growl, you're annoying. And Bombshock is your definite superior, since he was smart enough to have frickin' heel spurs. Granted, not the best heel spurs in the world. With very little friction, they just kind of bend back as soon as a stiff breeze hits them, but at least he's trying. The one advantage that both Bombshock and Growl have over Daddy-O and Trip Up is that they seem to cover their screw holes. As you can see with Growl here, if I can get the focus, he seems to have his little screw hole seemingly covered completely with plastic. That's not just a sticker. That's full-on plastic. So that's interesting. And I think his is covered up with plastic too. Very interesting. So I can only assume then why the Hotrod Patrol has the big holes are a combination of needing the peg holes for the gun mode and being basically heavy remolds of previous Micromasters. Sorry. Whoopsie. But yeah. Let's try to carefully set these two back here. See what I mean? Heel spurs are there, but they're not doing anything. And his joints. Sorry about the sudden edit. Had a little issue pop up and I left the camera running, so I had to cut out some dead weight time. So yeah, we have the Hotrod Patrol here in robot mode, and they're relatively better. They stand a little bit better, though this one has a tendency of tipping over a little easier than this one. I mean, they're both working with no heels, but I think their feet just work a lot better. They seem to be more balanced, at least in the Military Patrol. They do have the issue of having their entire front fenders plus their doors attached to their arms, which makes posing them very awkward. But they're still not too bad. So, overall, the first wave of Micromasters for Earthrise ain't half bad. But they could be a little bit better. If you'd bend my arm and tell me and ask me to pick a set you should go with, honestly, I would probably go with the Hotrod Patrol. I just think they're a little bit better. They stand a little bit better in the robot modes. They have a much better gun mode. Like a much better gun mode. And I don't know. I really like the colors, especially on Daddy-O. So Well, that's all I've got about to say. So until next time, this is Titan Zed saying I'll see ya when I see ya.